Have you ever heard of a city so magnificent, so advanced, that it vanished without a trace, leaving only whispers and legends behind? Picture this: a grand, powerful civilization that thrived thousands of years ago, surrounded by a vast, shimmering ocean. Yet today, no one knows where it went. That city was Atlantis. But was it real, or is it just a myth? Let me take you on a journey to uncover the truth. It all began with the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. Around 360 BC, he described Atlantis in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was an island located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now know as the Strait of Gibraltar. This island, he claimed, was the home to an extraordinary civilization, advanced in architecture, technology, and wealth. The people of Atlantis lived in harmony, their leaders were wise, and their empires stretched across the seas. But as the story goes, the Atlanteans grew arrogant. Their once virtuous society turned greedy, and they attempted to conquer the Mediterranean world. In retaliation, the gods unleashed their wrath. One fateful day, Atlantis was swallowed by the ocean in a cataclysmic event, disappearing from history forever. Ever since, people have been debating, was Atlantis real or just an allegory for the dangers of hubris? But hold on for a second. This isn't just a tale of ancient mythology. Many believe the Lost City could have been more than a fiction. What if Atlantis wasn't a mere fantasy created by Plato? What if there's truth hidden beneath the sands of time and the deep waters of the ocean? The truth is, there are thousands of theories. Some say it was a real place. Others insist it was purely allegorical, meant to teach us a lesson. But imagine this. Could it be that Atlantis actually existed and just became lost to time? What if the gods didn't destroy it with floods, but it was wiped? What if the gods didn't destroy it with floods, but it was wiped out by a natural disaster? The question remains, where is it? For centuries, explorers, archaeologists, and adventurers have searched for clues about Atlantis, embarking on perilous journeys to distant lands, to the bottom of the ocean, and to forgotten caves. Their stories are filled with mystery and suspense stories that will send chills down your spine. Take, for example, the theories surrounding the Mediterranean. Some believe Atlantis could be located on the island of Santorini in Greece, where a massive volcanic eruption occurred around 1600 BC, destroying the thriving Minoan civilization. Could this event be the cataclysmic destruction of Atlantis, as described by Plato? Others point to the Canary Islands or the Bahamas, suggesting that Atlantis could lie hidden beneath the Atlantic Ocean. Some even argue that it might be somewhere in Antarctica, hidden beneath miles of ice. But each theory brings more questions than answers. The further we search, the more elusive Atlantis becomes. Every expedition, every dive, only deepens the mystery. And with each new piece of evidence, the story of Atlantis grows more complex. For example, some believe that Plato's description of Atlantis, its concentric rings of land and water, aligns with ancient ruins found in places like the Azores, off the coast of Portugal. Could this be where Atlantis stood? And then there are the bizarre underwater discoveries. In 2001, explorers discovered an unusual formation off the coast of Cuba, an underwater pyramid-like structure. Some believe this might be the remains of Atlantis, sunken under the waves for millennia. But before we get too excited, the skeptics argue that these formations are nothing more than natural geological formations. So, are we just chasing shadows, or is there something to these claims? The truth could be buried beneath layers of history, waiting to be uncovered, or it could be just a tale woven into the fabric of myth. As with all great mysteries, there's a catch. Over the centuries, many who have searched for Atlantis seem to have met with misfortune. The curse of the Lost City has become part of its legend. From famous explorers who vanished without a trace, to disastrous expeditions that led to failure and despair, the search for Atlantis often comes with a heavy price. Perhaps it's the ocean itself guarding the secret, keeping the Lost City hidden from our reach. Perhaps some truths are meant to remain buried forever, Some say the gods never forgave the Atlanteans for their pride, and that those who seek the city will be doomed to face the same fate. Could this be why Atlantis remains so elusive? Maybe the curse is real, or maybe it's simply the weight of mystery that makes people feel as though something dark is lurking beneath the waves. But here's where it gets interesting. Why do we as humans continue to be so captivated by the idea of Atlantis? Why does the story of a lost city buried beneath the ocean continue to spark our imagination and curiosity? It's because Atlantis represents something larger than life. It's the embodiment of human potential, our ability to create greatness, but also our capacity for destruction. The rise and fall of Atlantis is a mirror to our own societies, and we can't help but wonder, could this happen to us? So, was Atlantis real? The short answer is we don't know. The long answer is that, even if it wasn't a literal place, the story of Atlantis holds timeless truths. Whether it was an island swallowed by the ocean or a grand myth meant to warn humanity. But one thing is certain, the mystery of Atlantis will continue to haunt us. And who knows, maybe the lost city still lies somewhere, waiting to be rediscovered, buried beneath the ocean's surface, or hidden in the pages of history. Now that you've heard the tale, what's your take on it? Was Atlantis a real city, or just a myth? Do you think it's out there, waiting to be found? The truth may be lost to time, but the quest for Atlantis continues to be a part of who we are as humans. If you feel the pull of mystery, join the search, dive into the ancient texts, explore the oceans, and keep wondering. After all, the greatest discoveries often come to those who are willing to question what everyone else believes. Atlantis might just be waiting for you to uncover its secrets. So, what's your theory? Let me know in the comments below. Could Atlantis be real, or is it just another story lost to the waves of time?